UPROSE is the oldest Puerto Rican / Latino community-based organization in Brooklyn. And it was founded by Puerto Rican pioneers who, as the community was growing and emerging and they needed social services and educational support programs, they created UPROSE to do that. Fast forward to 1996, I come in and it's at the brink of disappearing. And we really needed to make a decision about whether UPROSE was meeting the current needs of the community. And so at that time, what we realized was that they were going to expand the Gowanus Expressway without any community input. And so young people came in and they said, can we do something about that? I was not thinking about the Gowanus. I was not thinking about the highway. I didn't have a background in that. It was something that they said was super important. And so that's kind of how we started.
I remember Elizabeth sat us down my first summer here and she asked how many people here have asthma or know anyone in their immediate family that has asthma. And a good number of people in the room actually raised their hand. And that summer was mostly about answering why.
Same thing happened when we decided to fight against the siting of the power plant. Same thing happened with the waterfront park. There was hardly any open space, no place where they can play ball, a lot of health disparities. They needed a park, and that became really a youth-led fight.
We had a problem with the B-37 bus that was taken from us. UPROSE make all the arrangements and everything. B-37 was back.
You know, they trust the youth to be the face of the organization. If they say they're a youth justice organization or they have a youth justice campaign, the campaign is being run by youth.
The youth are also fighting for the polluted air in this area, and they will sooner or later change all that around. I see it, and I'm very proud of them, believe me.
From fighting against the expansion of the Gowanus Expressway to stopping the siting of a 520 megawatt power plant, doubling the amount of open space, having hundreds and hundreds of trees planted, to the front line of the People's Climate March and saying that march is going to be led by young people of color and insisting that leadership look like the people on the ground. I think that that's what UPROSE is known for, and I think that that is what we have done probably more successfully than anybody else. So Sunset Park is this industrial, blue-collar, working waterfront community that is really diverse.
You'll see Egyptian people dancing salsa. You'll see Latinos listening to Middle Eastern music.
Your neighbors watching out for each other and asking for a can of beans instead of going to the store.
It's where I enjoy traveling the world. I could take a walk and go to China. I could take a walk and hear people from Palestine.
You know, Sunset Park is known for its block parties, right? And that's been a really important way to outreach to folks.
Telling the same story but in different words to rabbis, to priests, to a principal of a school, to a business owner, that's challenging but also fun too, because you get to really become a wordsmith and a poet at times. But then in terms of getting people to come out, the hardest part is that people's lives don't revolve around the organization. People have 2 jobs, sometimes even 3 jobs, and that's tough, and we don't want them to make the sacrifice of not having to put a meal on the table.
One of the biggest challenges is outreach, is trying to project the same feeling that I got that day with the asthma question and trying to explain that to one of my boys. And be like, oh, you gotta check out UPROSE. It's, oh, what do you do there? Environmental justice, and that's not easy to do as a teenager.
What surprised me about UPROSE is that with the amount of resources that they have, they're able to accomplish goals that you really, sometimes you're speechless. You say, how is it possible?
There is no way that we would be able to organize or we would be able to move policy if we weren't part of a leaderful community that has a variety of skills and expertises and exercises leadership throughout that continuum. And so that wisdom comes from our elders, it comes from folks my age, it comes from folks in their 30s and 40s, it comes from our young people. So it really is sort of rethinking about power and how you share power and how you build a community along those different ages.
A typical day could be walking in, sitting down and learning words, classroom style. And another day, you'll be on stage in front of the EPA and a couple thousand people.
UPROSE is just an agglomeration of motivation for me. When I come here, I feel motivated to do things because I realize that what I do through UPROSE has an impact on, tens, hundreds, sometimes even thousands, or in the case of the People's Climate March, millions of people's lives.
I've been here now 20 years and people often say, it's a long time, aren't you bored? There is never a boring day at UPROSE. Any given day, you come in and you think it's all gonna be chill and you're gonna be able to catch up on your email, and all of a sudden, it explodes and you're like, okay, direct action on Saturday afternoon at 2 o'clock. And so I find that really exciting. Yeah, it's never ever boring. It's changing.
Happy birthday, UPROSE! Woo!
Happy birthday, UPROSE and Elizabeth, for the 50th anniversary. And I hope that you're around for 50 more. Thank you.
UPROSE, not only thank you for everything that you've done for me, but I'm so proud of all the accomplishments, and I'm sure this is nowhere near the end of the road. Congratulations on everything.
Felicidades. Happy birthday.
Felicidades the staff of UPROSE. Felicidades, Elizabeth. Tú eres dinámica. Tú eres realmente una campeona de esto y una guerrillera de la justicia y gracias por tu aportación a esta lucha por un mundo mejor. Felicidades, happy birthday, UPROSE.